Hello friends, our next topic is interfacing the 8051 to ADC. Let's continue. As you know that real world is analog in nature. The signal that you get from the environment are analog in nature. So to get the value from these signal which are analog in nature, we need some facility by which we can read those values. For example, if you want to read the temperature of the room and you want to display it on any of the device and the device is in a digital nature, then the first requirement is that temperature should be converted into digital format. Even if I use a transducer which converts this temperature into the voltage, still it's going to be in analog nature, which going to get me the continuous range of a voltage. But our processors, the controllers, they are digital in nature and they cannot process this analog data directly. Therefore, what is required is that we should convert this analog data in some digital value. These can be done by the chip which are known as analog to digital converter ADC. Let's see one of such chip as ADC 0800809. This one is a 8-bit CMOS chip. It uses a successive approximation technique to convert the analog data into the digital format. This is one of the fastest technique of converting analog data into digital format. This chip is a 28-bit chip which gives 8-bit output value and it has 8 channel inputs named as IN0 to IN7. They can be encoded into analog data into one of the 256 levels, as 8-bit inputs are there, provides 8-bit output. So it can be to one of the level, that is to the 256 level. This device has 3 channel address lines named as address A, address B and address C. For example, I have decided that to connect the temperature sensor to the pin number 3, that is a IN3 pin. Then on this respective line, the data will be 011. So I think you got that if I want to select a particular channel, so depending upon the number of the channel, the address line will going to give you that particular number. The pin diagram of the ADC look like this. The important pins of this one are VCC 5 volt required, a ground. Then it required 2 reference voltage, the reference positive as well as the reference negative. Then the input signal which is applied to 0 to 7, address line ABC, the output line O7 to O7 to O0, then a start of conversion signal pin, end of conversion signal pin, output latch enable pin, if high enables the output, clock input for ADC. Now we can provide it the clock signal which is required by for this ADC can be provided by the microcontroller. As we are using 8051, so the frequency is going to be applied by the 8051. Now about the two important signal, that is start of conversion signal SOC. The analog to digital converter is treated as an input device by a 8051 microcontroller that sends an initializing signal to ADC to start the conversion of analog to digital. Now, the start of conversion signal is a pulse of a specific duration which is going to be applied by the controller on the respective pin. But remember that before applying the SOC, make sure that analog input is present on the respective pin. The next important line is a end of conversion. The process of analog to digital conversion is a slow process, and the microcontroller has to wait for the digital data to be converted properly. So the question comes, how the controller is going to come to know that the conversion has done? Because if the data is read before it is get properly converted, then it is going to be the wrong data. So that's why the signal called as end of conversion signal is used. This end of conversion signal inform the microcontroller that the conversion is over, the result is ready at the output buffer of the ADC. This task of issuing the start of conversion pulse to ADC, reading the end of conversion signal from the ADC and reading the digital output of ADC are carried out by 8051. We can always use the 8255 IO port in between. Let's see the algorithm for ADC interface. First step, as I said, ensure the stability of an analog input applied to the ADC. We can select one of the available input channel from the 8th channel, but remember that a stable input should be available at this line. Select the analog channel by providing the bit on the address line, address A, address B and address C. Active the ALE pin. It needs an low to high pulse to latch in the address. Issue the start of conversion pulse to ADC, which is a high to low pulse to initialize the conversion. Once the start of conversion is received from 8051, now the ADC will start converting the data by using a technique called as successive approximation technique. It will read the data from the input channel. It will map it to one of the 256 level, and now your data is converted from analog to digital. Once the data is get converted, it will show the signal to the controller by using the end of conversion. So read the end of conversion signal to mark the end of conversion process. Read the digital data output of the ADC as equivalent digital output data out of the ADC chip, and high to low pulse of OE pin will be bring the digital data out of the chip. Analog input voltage must be constant at the input of the ADC right from the start of conversion till the end of conversion to get the correct result. If applied input changes before the complete of the conversion process is over, the digital equivalent of the analog input calculated by the ADC may not be correct. In our lab, there is one assignment, that is assignment number 9, a practical number 9, which is a write an ALP to interface 8051 with ADC to read and display the equivalent digital output. The kit which we are using in our labs are the Dynalog kit. On those kit, already the 8051 is interfaced with the 8255. The addresses of the port A, port B, port C and the CWR are 100, 101, 102 and 103. We have to program the port A into the input output mode. We have to send the start of conversion signal. We have to continuously check for the end of conversion signal. And now finally the output is ready, which we are going to take in one of the register of the 8051. And now finally we can display this content on the monitor. That's how we are going to perform this particular assignment. With this, I end the session over here. In the next session, we are again going to interface the 8051 with the DAC keyboard, again with any of the memory. Thank you. Keep learning.